Just got up, but I'm out here on my walk. I've been up, been doing my meditation like I normally do. Been doing some training, so just out here, my workout clothes. Really quickly, man. I'm having a lot of like videos pop up in my feed of like preachers. I don't know why preachers are popping up in my feed. I'm also having a lot of profane, so I'm going to go ahead and bring it to you guys. I've never called myself a prophet. Pretty sure I never have. Don't consider myself one. Just a man out here living in alignment as much as possible and trying to carry Christ consciousness as much as I possibly can and spread the message. Now, as far as what I'm noticing, it seems to me like a lot of preachers are having a lot of things to say about prophets or people that consider themselves that. I just want to say this: I have no issue with really any prophets. I have a few issue with a couple, and a few of these online preacher, evangelical, whatever these guys are that pop up out of nowhere and build up their community online, okay? I don't know what you're popping up in my feeds for. I don't know why I'm seeing this Jezebel preacher guy, this white guy with blue eyes that wears a baseball cap. Bro, I don't know what you're implying about this Jezebel spirit and all this other stuff that you're implying about men, but you're out of shape and overweight and you're claiming God is using you as a vessel. You don't want to come over here with that. You don't want to come over here with that. You sound like these crazy people that'll try to say that I'm using glamour magic because they're ugly. And they're trying to claim that God's using them, but I'm also saying that God's using me, but they're claiming I'm using glamour magic. What the hell is that? No, God is not going to use an ugly vessel to get his point across. Nobody in this realm wants to see ugly like that. I'm sorry, but he knows the world that we live in. So, I just want to put this out here to you guys. If you're some preacher or some, I don't know, like online evangelical prophet person, you need to mind your business. It's not your job to run around and cast judgment on people that are minding their business. Okay? And if people consider themselves street prophets, I'm like watching some stuff, and there's this thing where the church, I guess, has a problem with people that are speaking the word that doesn't come from somebody that they feel is initiated. What it really is them sunning you. It's just them sunning you. You have to come from one of them for them to acknowledge you, as if God has to speak through them to get. It's crazy talk. Just making the video really quickly to let it be known. You come across my feed and you're a preacher, you don't have no safety here. You know that. Your title means nothing. You don't get to run around and judge me. I'm not going to deal with that. So if I feel like you're into windowing and hitting around anything kind of, about my archetype, then I'm going to go ahead and handle my business. I'm going to handle my business. I'm going to start calling y'all out. You keep claiming that God's working through you, but you're overweight and you're out of shape and you're ugly. So, you're trying to say I'm using glamour magic or some type of whatever you want to call Jezebel, but yet you're running around the internet trying to cast judgment on strangers that you don't know, claiming that you're doing it from God, as opposed to telling the truth that you're working for the devil. Your insecurities has your goofy self out here projecting on the innocent people that have nothing to do with you. You think you can cast judgment on strangers. See, I told y'all stay away from me. You blame that like white dude that's online talking about Jezebel this and he's talking too much. He's talking too much. So I'm going to go ahead and break it down why you're not a messenger of God. And I don't belong to no church, so it don't make me no never mind, boy. See, this is why you need to leave people alone, or you need to acknowledge people when you see them making change amongst people. Thank you for the hearts. If you decide not to, I have seen you preachers, and I'm talking to you directly. I've seen you preachers use my story for your sermons online. We know who you're talking about. We know who the muse is you're speaking of. Do not think that you can use me as a muse and turn around and judge me because you decided to put me on some pedestal that no one asked you to do. See, when they decide to call you a fake prophet, that's them casting judgment on you. Now, if you call yourself a prophet and they decide to do it, they're still doing the same thing. But if you're someone like me and you don't even call yourself a prophet, now they're putting a title on you, so now they can make judgment on you and have others turn against you. And you ain't even called yourself this. What's going on, fam? What's going on? You've never even called yourself this. So this is them putting a title on you so they can spread gossip and slander. These are sins of the Bible. Now, these same people will be like, oh, he's some kind of witch, because God is blessing you. And when God's light shines through you, you're not going to be overweight and out of shape and ugly. Let's break it down like this. You think God's going to use an overweight, out of shape, disgusting vessel to inhabit, to get his message across? I don't care what loose clothing they wear. I make sure that you see that my clothes are tight so you can tell that God is blessing me in every kind of capacity. You see every type of the way that muscle is being defined on my body. I'm not hiding nothing. They're going to hide their body in loose clothing, always having to wear a suit so you don't want to see how messed up and decrepit their bodies are. And then they're on there just talking and casting judgment. That would seem to me like a demon is possessing them while they're low vibrational, making them think they're doing the right thing while their vessel is falling apart and their envy and jealousy has them doing too much online. Instead of getting in the gym, getting in shape, you're over here putting on clothes looking like the doggone Michelin man, right? In a suit. Meanwhile, the dudes that you're talking about looking good, the women you're talking about looking good, got that glow on them. Oh, look at the glow. That's a witch. That's a warlock. That's a wizard. That's a Jezebel. Okay, you're going to say that about me. What about you? By definition, you're looking decrepit. You're overweight. You are ugly as hell. You look like a witch. You're going to try to tell, what? How would Satan be able to do that? Satan's going to make you look better, be better, and continuously grow? Or would Satan use your dumb ass at your lowest moments and make you think that you're doing the right thing? I keep telling you, you need to mind your business. Just because I'm not coming from a church or these people that call themselves a prophet aren't coming from the church, it doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean nothing. Yeah, scatter, run away. Run away. It doesn't mean nothing. Okay? All you're doing is the same thing that organizations have always done. You know, you need for people to come up through you so that way you can control them and you can control what they say. We already know that a lot of these preachers and a lot of these churches aren't allowed to talk about certain things. And we also know every time you go to church, every 2 to 3 sermons are going to be, the men need to do better. These women deserve better. Sit your pandering goofy ass down somewhere. You don't get no break from me. You ain't done nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? You don't reach out to me. You don't do nothing. You don't do nothing for me. You don't send any positivity my way. You ain't praying for me. And if you are, you gotta let me know. I don't know who you praying to. Play too much, man. Y'all be sitting around having these sermons and talking about underdogs, and I'll be like, this man talking about my doggone story. I ain't got no paycheck from this person. I ain't got no shout out. I ain't got no follow or nothing. You ain't talking about yourself. Who are you watching? You ain't pulling these. Man, listen. If you think you got me fooled, you crazy as hell. I'm a black dude doing what black men do. You don't think that I don't think that black men aren't watching me? Come on, bro. Nigga, please, bruh. Y'all be watching David Goggins too. He's a black man handling his business. I watch him too. You can give him credit where credit is due. Can't do it though, can you? These messages are from God. I watch nobody. I have no muse I use for these messages I send to you. I ain't fooling nobody, bro. I know my story when I hear it. I just don't call y'all out directly. Imagine this. Imagine God blessing you to see everything, man. You see everything. You see every person that you know is getting inspiration from you, and you can't do nothing about it except just stay loyal to God. You see them getting sermons from your fucking journey that you're posting online. You see that they're kind of sort of rooting for you, but I guess they're waiting around to see what you're gonna do. Making money off of watching you. Then the worst of them decide to start judging you. See, they start looking up to you at first. Then they see you doing too good. Then it's gotta be very careful. There's a Jezebel spirit on men as well. And these men out here, and they start throwing jabs and everything. Listen, you guys be thinking that this just started. Man, I've been dealing with this spirit all my life, bro. Man, I used to go to school with my cousins and everything in South Carolina elementary school. It was like going to school and being around family. Then my dad moved to North Carolina so we could have a better education. And I ended up being the only black kid in the class all the way up through high school. All those different bullshit ass stories about history and what they did to us. And I was sitting there like, ain't no damn way. Ain't no damn way. Nah, ain't no way. And I had to sit there while they go over these history lessons, being the only black kid in class. They throw a black girl in class too, but you know I'm the black dude, so. And then you know how to get that feeling like they're all looking at you. Then they start playing them bullshit movies like Roots to really break your spirit. And you know they're sitting in there looking at you like, class full of white. You know what I'm saying? Whispering, this demon's been on my back all my life. You know what I did with that? I'm gonna show you. This shit ain't true. I wouldn't have the spirit I had if you were doing this shit to my ancestors and they didn't do nothing. There's some bullshit, and I'm gonna figure it out. And I did. After I got out of school, when you start pillaging around and you grown, you're like, oh, hell no. What about the Seminole War? Oh, hell no. Fuck y'all, dude. No. The one that wins the war gets to write his story. And then you're gonna put that spirit on me as a young African-American Aboriginal, having me in a classroom full of your people looking at me crazy, playing your fake ass history and try to break my spirit. That's what you tried to do. That's what you tried to do. It don't work on me. I use everything as fuel. I knew the only way out was to go to the military. If I'd have went to college, I'd still been stuck here. Had to break the cycle, had to do something different. Broke out of it, got to the point where I'm at. Think that I'm just babbling. I'm not. I'm letting these spiritual people know what I've been dealing with all my freaking life. So that's one reason why most passive-aggressive Caucasian people don't know why I understand how they move. I've been dealing with you all my life, and I observe. So when I see a passive-aggressive one of you, I know you're smiling in my face and you're having a whole lot of racist things to say behind my back. I grew up with you in North Carolina. I know it. I grew up in North Carolina, not South Carolina, North Carolina, okay? I know how passive-aggressive y'all like to be. I know how you like to move. I know your microaggressions. That's why I can call you out in my comment sections. I know when you're wearing digital blackface. God has armored me up in so many different ways. It's only when you finally come to your awakening, you're like, all my life he has been preparing me for right now. Everybody want to steal from your boy. I mean, I go on TikTok and now everything is about attractive men and attractive. You're acting like you weren't paying me no attention, but because my wave is so powerful, you have to attach yourselves to it, and you're doing it right now. And you're showing everybody, just like I said, I've always been the originator of this. And the reason why y'all say stupid things like, stop worrying about what other people think, because I'm calling you out on the demon in you, and you're trying to use it as a tactic to shut me up. Has it worked? You stupid ass low IQ motherfuckers. And what gets me about it, a lot of you are low IQ black people. I want to say the N-word, but I can't. I'm trying to do better. But we all know real black people can tell a difference between us and an N-word. And I treat y'all like the N-word y'all are. I have nothing to do with you. I don't want to attach my name to you and it makes you feel some type of way. Because as much as you get online, barely able to articulate yourselves, and you still get followings because people feel sorry for you, when you get on here and you see me being black excellence, moving the way that I'm supposed to, with regal, stoic royalty type of way, and speaking more eloquent than anybody you ever met, it reminds you of what you really aren't, right? Dealt with you all my life. You don't think I've dealt with you low bottom feeding ass Negroes that have a problem with black people? This is how y'all do it when we were younger. You sound white, so you're gonna give. This is what I used to tell y'all when y'all used to say that to me when I was a kid. This is how quick I've always been. Oh, you sound white, so you're gonna give talking proper and eloquent and talking the way that you're supposed to, enunciating your words to white people? You're gonna give them that? You're gonna give them that power? See, I've always been checking you idiots that are dumb, that are always trying to shade people that you know are better than you, or at least you feel like they are, and then try to shade them in another type of way. Now let's go ahead and go to the 20s. Another way black folk like to try to control you through manipulation. We'll get to the community thing here in a second. When you're a black man and you understand that you are more attractive, here comes this fool, you're more attractive than just your race. What do? You turn around and you make yourself open to all. What happens? Black women say things to you like, ah, you look like the kind of guy that want to date white girls. This stuff is all a spirit on people, man. I'm just letting you know that I'm aware of all the tactics that you people use. I want to make sure I'm in a good position. I don't know why this dude is coming out of nowhere acting like he needs to get to the grocery store right now, but I want to make sure I'm in a good position to handle my business in case a car comes. This looks good. Yeah, right here. I don't understand, you know what I mean? Why y'all feel like y'all need to go after people that are minding their business, going their own way, and then you feel like you can attach yourself to them because a lot of, especially black people, want to be able to sun you. It's all about sunning you. It's about attaching themselves to you, so no matter how big you get, they can always say, well, I helped them get there. They needed me, you know. If it wasn't for me, they know I'm not playing that. They know if they thought I was more naive and they could slide in like, hey man, I see you doing what you're doing. I had a YouTuber do this. He blocked me on TikTok, of course, but I want you to know I still took the screenshot, Anton. But anyway, they start sending you these goofy DMs and hey, what's going on? I see you moving and shaking, and you know, I do crypto, and what are you doing to make? He's asking me, this Anton dude, he's asking me, Daniels, he's asking me, how do I make my money? Because him and the people around him want to know, how am I moving? And so what I told him is, I don't need no help, bro. I appreciate it. I want my journey or whatever. And he was like, all right, bro. You know, just like some old coon type shit to try to, he thought I was stupid, right? He thought I was stupid. And this was like last year, the year before. So what I'm trying to tell you is these people see you long before you ever get close to where you want to be. And they're high level people. And again, I took the screenshot. I don't have no time to lie to you about nothing. It's on my phone. And I thought it was a fake Anton Daniels doggone TikTok page until he blocked me. And then I'm like, yo, this is his real page. This is his real page. This dude DM me on some stupid. And this is like in 2023. 2023. What is Anton Daniels and his group of people doing watching me in 2023? Nah, bro. They're all nosy and weird. I've been keeping an eye on him ever since. Throwing jabs his way. I know y'all been catching them jabs, bro. I know y'all been catching them, bro. I can tell, you know what I'm saying, by the way y'all moving online, it be hurting your feelings. You need to move different. Who do you think you was fooling? You don't think that I think you idiots aren't watching my channel, upgrading yourselves and all this, everything you can do? Little goofy ass statements, oh, make sure you drink your water. I got you idiots taking care of your teeth. You ought to thank me for that. Yeah, I know, you ought to thank me for that. You people are weird as hell. That's why I keep telling you, move like you need to move. And don't let nobody influence you. Not no church of black people. You know what I'm saying? And not no crows. And not no church of blacks, man. Not no internet blacks. Yeah, I know blacks offend you. I'm saying it like that on purpose. I can't say the N-word. But you people know who you are. You automatically have a problem with me because as much as you feel like I disgust you, you disgust me just as much. I can see an N-word a mile away. You people aren't fooling no one. And the ones of you who can't articulate yourselves very well, show me the demographic and the region that you've always been in and how you've never really done anything outside of it, or you'd be more well-rounded and more cultured. You're not. And you can fool people online, oh, that's how black people sound. No, they don't. We don't sound hood like, you hear me, right? This is how black men and women sound. This is how black men and women who you be hearing sounding hood and all that, that's not our most elite. Phone's about to die. That's not our most elite. The most elite of us do the same things that y'all do. We perfect ourselves. Most importantly, our speech. When black people speak, you hear God speaking. Don't care what you say. And we know that. Those of us that have proper upbringings, okay? Like I told you, there's a difference between black people and these N-words out here. And these N-words out here can tell a true black man and woman automatically, and they automatically find a problem with us. And once we see them, like, oh, I know why you don't like me. Look at you. Look at me. Listen to you and listen to me, right? That's what it is, right? So it's cool. I just want y'all to know you're not fooling nobody. The jealousy is real. It's really, you know, a byproduct of slavery and Jim Crow, right? Listen, you guys, I don't want to be on the line too long. I got this neighbor, dude. He's just walking around everywhere, you know, just needing to walk right now. Didn't go nowhere, just turned right back around and come back down. I'm watching everything. I'm watching everything. You know what I'm saying? Being nosy, just wanting to look around, and then what the fuck you doing, man? You didn't go nowhere. You didn't go nowhere. You went right through and turned right back around. Being nosy. So anyway, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here and get ready to get back on TikTok. But I'm just telling you guys that you need to focus on what you have going on and not listen to anyone. No black community, no black church, no black online content creators. And you know, you shouldn't be listening to any other race anyway right now. I'm not talking junk. And if you're any other race, I'm telling you the same thing. But you shouldn't be listening to anybody that's trying to keep you down or have something to say. There's a lot of junk going on right now, and people don't want you to understand who you are. So I'm not listening to any of that stuff, and I don't care what these different organizations and groups say. I'm gonna move the way I want to move. And my warning to you preacher people is like, find something else to do. Like seriously, go find something else to do. I don't need to be your muse. You don't need to keep watching me, because once you start putting me on a pedestal so you can start projecting whatever you want onto me, that's the reason why you try to call me a fake prophet or whoever else you want to put a title on. You put a title on them, so now you have a target. There is no target if you don't put a target on their back by giving them a title that they didn't ask for. I'm a free man out here doing what free men do. Now I said a free man, I ain't got nothing to do with no Freemason, I ain't got nothing to do with that, okay? Don't play with words with that either. I am just a completely free from the matrix being that is operating as such. And I am trying to get as many people to free themselves as possible, because the system and the veil is very thin. And if you pay a little bit of attention, you can see how they're controlling the crap out of us and using us like cattle and hoping that you keep reproducing to have more slaves. That's all that I'm doing, right? It's bigger than what you're talking about, right? So it is what it is. Just stick to yourselves. Don't call me no Jezebel or any other. If I feel like you're talking about me, you pop up in my feed, I'm gonna do a reaction video directly talking about your out of shape wizard or witch looking self, looking decrepit, like the demon in you is shriveling you up, and you'll be around the same age as me trying to say that I'm doing something wrong. More like the demon in you is destroying your body. Why would God inhabit your body and make it worse? Wouldn't you think that if God had the Holy Spirit in you, you're going to elevate? You're not talking sense, man. You're just talking a bunch of nonsense to people that are worried about your position. I'm not. You're a human man or woman. You poop and pee every day. You're out of shape as hell, and you need to be judged for that. You don't get to be out there talking about everybody and looking like you're a couple cheeseburgers away. Why would God be talking through you? What kind of example are you? You got the mouthpiece going on. So did the devil. So did the devil. Yeah, whatever, dude. You don't think you have to live by example, just talk about it. And make sure you get those tithes. Make sure you get your tithes, right? Get that money. Don't give nothing away for free. You know what I'm saying? The game is to be sold, not told or whatever the hell is. Man, listen, you ain't fooling nobody. Stay away from me, man. Unless you want me to just destroy your entire means and ways of making money so people are looking for the word from people that aren't charging them, I'd advise you stay away. Appreciate y'all. Love and light. Brother, I'm out.